Thanks again, everyone, for taking the time to watch another Lauren B live episode, which again, today's focus will be on the design of the engagement ring. In the previous episode, number 10, which can be watched on our YouTube playlist, we went into full detail on the different styles of bands for all of our custom engagement rings. Now today, we're going to shift over to the top part of the engagement ring, which is equally as important, and referring to the part that's right around the center stone. So really combining the top and the band is going to dictate the overall style of your engagement ring. So we're going to explore the different non-halo options today. So we're going to break them down into different categories, and you can really see the differences for yourself. For our purposes, we're going to refer to these rings as rings that do not have any diamonds or perimeter or bezel around the center stone. And while you at first may think this is very simple because just looking at the top of these first setup right here, these rings look almost all identical from the top. However, when you flip them over to the profile a little bit, you'll start to notice that each one has tiny little details that will either change the overall look of the ring or make it personal to you. In fact, there's so many options it can make your head spin. So we're gonna try to break it down here, help you familiarize yourself with the different options, the terminology. And so when it's time for you to create your perfect ring, you'll have a good place to start. Alright, so let's start with the most simple, and we're going to work our way up from here. So we're going to start on this end, and we're going to break it down by each different style. So the first ones we're going to start with is the open classic 4-prong or 6-prong setting. So all this means is that there is just simply 4 prongs holding the stone. This is like a V-prong. And this is probably the most open, simple kind of setting that you can do for your center stone. But at the same time, it's going to do the best job at emphasizing the center stone, and you can see it in full view from all angles. So you see there's no extra metal in between. It's really just all about the center stone. We usually recommend this for a round diamond like this ring shown here. SOR 16176, which is a 1.7 carat center. And let's try this on the hand, and I'll continue talking. So remember, we can use this for any style center. Here we're showing it with a round, but out of all the different types of settings, this is the most delicate because there's no other protection for the center stone. So I mean, as you should wear any engagement ring carefully, you should take extra care with a ring like this. And this is probably one of our most popular styles. You can also see it as model RS46 on our website, which is the original one. It's a very simple Pave band with a 4-prong top. We can do it with any kind of band. So remember, any top you see today can be mixed and matched with any other different type of top. So I'm going to take this one back. I want to just show you that we can do it with other different shape center stones. On this side is a cushion cut, and on the other hand is a radiant cut. And you'll notice these are fancy shaped diamonds, but both are just simple 4-prong tops. People really like this because it does showcase the diamond beautifully. There's nothing crazy about it. It's very simple, open. This is actually a Moissanite over here. You can try this one over here. And on the other hand, we'll try 2 at a time. So these are both solitaire designs. There's no diamonds on the band, so this is probably as simple as you can get overall. I know we're talking about the top, but you see the band is simple too. So combining those, you get a really clean, elegant style together. And here we did it 2-tone. That's with the white gold on the top. You see, it's all about the center stone. So now we're going to quickly show you same exact style, but we're just going to add 1 prong to the look. 2 prongs, I'm sorry. So now we're going to go from 4 to 6 prongs. Now 6 prongs is really only meant for a round diamond. You wouldn't probably put 6 prongs on any other shape. You can, but it looks best with a round. Why do people go for 6 prongs? A lot of people ask that question. Is it safer? Yes, it is safer. But really, it does help round out the look of the diamond. So you'll see by putting prongs equally apart around the center stone, you give it a nice rounded appearance, very circular, which follows the shape of the diamond as opposed to the 4 prongs which we looked at before. So really it's for aesthetic reasons. At Lauren B, if you want to show from the profile, we do the prongs razor thin. So it's not like the old school 6-prong where it's very heavy, it takes away from the center stone. Here they're very unobtrusive, you don't see them, and they actually accent the diamond beautifully. It looks like a really elegant look. This is on our thinnest micro pave band. This is a 2.6 carat center stone, just to give you an idea of price range. This ring is going to be around that price range. We'll try to do some prices as we go along. It's not going to be the focus of the show, but just so you can get an idea of everything. And now I'm just going to do a comparison. You can actually leave that on. We're going to do a comparison of 4 versus 6, because this is important. People like to see the difference. So that's the 6 prong closest to the knuckle. Closest to the hand. And then that's the 4 prong. And you'll see really from the top, you can actually see the differences here. You'll see when you have 4, it does kind of square off the look a little bit, and then the 6 is going to look completely rounded. So that's kind of the appeal for that style. So which one do you want? That's really a matter of personal taste, and some people think 6 looks a little more classic. It is more classic. If you know, like Tiffany style, the classic 6 prong, that's what they're well known for. So when you're deciding, don't worry about the durability. It more has to do with the aesthetics. So moving along, we're going to kind of stay in the same family, but these are very similar to the previous ones that we showed. I'm going to start with this one. This is a big one. This is 4 carats. This is called a wire basket setting. Now what does that mean? So I'm just going to show it from the side because that's more important here. There's a little metal that connects each prong going around, and it's plain. You can add details to that. We'll show you in the next examples, but here's just a simple wire basket. Really, this is not for aesthetics, this is more for support. So on a bigger stone, you probably want to add this feature. Even on a smaller stone, some people like the look of it, gives it a little more structure. And having extra metal there to support the stone, so in case it gets hit or knocked, it's going to still stay in place. Let's try this one on. And we know we can look at the beauty of the ring. We don't just have to focus on the top, because these are gorgeous rings and every little detail does matter, but to see it from the top is important too. And then from the side, you'll notice the little differences in the top of the ring. So we try to make the wire basket as thin as possible on the side so it does not take away from the center stone. And we can do it for any size center stone. So this was a 4 carat center diamond radiant. I'm going to show you something considerably smaller. This is with a 1.2 carat cushion, but look, the style is the same. So like I said, we can make any style ring for any size center diamond. It looks equally as beautiful. And again, it still looks delicate on top, just a little bit more support. This is a rounded edge stone, so for that reason we're going to try to recommend putting the basket there. Some clients don't want it, so we won't put it, but in our opinion we do prefer adding it there. It does add a little bit more strength to the ring and a little more durability for that reason. We don't need to really try this one on, so we'll just kind of move to the next one. So next up we have basket pave. Again, we're getting into really details here. I'm going to take this one first. This is a 2.19 carat round diamond. Looks like the same from the top as the other one, but we're going to flip it around and you'll see here just a tiny bit of diamond detailing that stops at each prong, so it just goes along the basket area. You see when we turn it around, you always see it. People say you don't see these details, but you definitely do. Anytime you move your hand, you will see like the little diamonds there, or any other details within the gallery or the underside of the center stone. Let's try this one on first. This is SOR 14950. It's a 2.19 carat IVS2 center stone, very nice quality. And a relatively simple design. So we took a solitaire band and we added a pave on the underside of the ring. So it looks like it's a plain ring, but when you tilt it over, you get that extra detail that we're known for. And a lot of people will opt for that option on their ring. It's a very subtle detail, but it does add quite a nice touch to the ring. And now, just for another shape, we'll show it here now with a cushion cut moissanite. Again, same style, but now we did two-tone, so the band is rose, the top is white, but the top part is the same kind of deal with the prongs and then the pave going in between each one on the basket area. This is a pretty ring, so I guess we can try this one on as well. Since this is a moissanite, this is going to be considerably less expensive. This is, I don't have the tag for it, but it's around 3,000 to 4,000 for this kind of ring. So remember, this is wire basket, but with pave. So as you see, we're going in steps. We went from plain 4 prongs to a wire basket. Now we added diamonds to the in between each prong. And on the next one, we're going to kind of take it to the next level and add even more diamonds on the gallery. Let's take a look here. I'm going to move on to the next style. So now we call this one prong to prong wrap with diamonds on the stems. This is probably one of our most popular styles right now. And I'll show you from the side what we mean. So this one has diamonds, as we had in the last example, from the end to end here, and then also running up the stems and to the tip of the prong. So people really love this look. It gives you a fully diamond encrusted profile view, and it's really delicately done, and it goes really well with any center stone shape. And its predecessor on our website, if you look it up, is RS-275. Which is the original model that we made all these rings after. This is actually a round moissanite. It's not up yet up on the website, but it's a really gorgeous ring. So we can do it with any shape center stone, and it works nicely with a thin band. Kind of just everything just flows together really well. It's one of our signature looks right now, and I'll show you a couple more examples of it with different center stone shapes. So that's with a round. That's SOR 16600. That's around the $4,000 price range, because that is a moissanite center. And now I'm going to segue over to a cushion cut. This is an elongated one. Kind of works a little bit better with elongated shapes sometimes, because you get more room to work with down here. So when you do a round, there's less stones going in this way. So when it's an elongated stone, you're going to get more stones that way, so more detail. You'll see the look is exactly the same. The stems curve up, full with diamonds, and it just fills out the look. So when you're looking from the side, you don't see any metal at the top part of the ring. You see the center diamond, then you see the pave diamonds. But from the top view, you just see the center diamond, which is kind of the beauty of it. It's a good option for someone who doesn't want the halo. Yeah, sure. So we're going to add that one. That's SOR 16623, the cushion cut ring. And we're going to compare it with the round ring. You can see it side by side. Same exact style top, different shape center stone, different type of center stone, but once again the look remains the same. And keep in mind, when you do add diamonds up the stems, you have to make the prongs a little bit thicker at the top, but that's nothing to really be too concerned about. Very nice, and I'm going to add one more shape in here. You can keep those on and wait on the side. I'm just going to show you with the pear shape. This is SOR 16181, 1.7 carat center. Again, really nice with an elongated stone. Look how much coverage you get down there of pave, especially vertically, because this is a long stone, almost around 10.5 millimeters long. So it really gives it a nice full look of diamonds. Let's try on one last shape. So here we go. This is all from the RS-275 family. If you want to find the original model number for this, and inquire on our website to see if you want to customize it with any center stone type, shape, you want a morganite, moissanite, diamond, we will make it for you. We have made it, and the result is always beautiful. Round, cushion, pear. So those are some of the more popular ones. We've done it with oval, we've done it with radiant, and we'd be happy to make one for you as well. So that's all RS-275 prong to prong style. Let's put those back. I'm just going to compare a couple of the last examples. We compared already the 4 versus 6 prong. I'm just going to show you again the kind of progression of these rings from, I'll lay them out over here so you can see from the profile. So this is the wire basket plain. Then we're going to jump over to a wire basket pave. You'll see plain, little diamonds there, and then finally it all comes full circle with diamonds on the basket and diamonds up the stem. So you'll see you can start very simple and you can work your way up to the exact style you want. Obviously this is a little more expensive than that and this is more than that, so keep price in mind as a factor, but it's definitely worth every penny because you do get something unique and a full view of diamonds on the bottom of the ring. So let's move on to our next set of rings. We're going to start with what we call the full Pave wrap. This is probably our most notable of non-halo engagement rings that we've made. It's based originally on model RS63 from our website, and we have a million different variations of it on there and as well as in store. I'm going to start with this one, model SOR 14812. This is a 3-row band, but notice the top here. It's a full wrap. Why? Because diamonds go over the prongs of the ring. So there's no stopping. It just continues over the stems and the prongs. The stem and the prong is actually one solid piece of metal, and this is like a disc that goes over it. So it's like a 360-degree, no stopping kind of view. So this is really our calling card. This is one of our most popular styles. Some people call it a scarf. Some people call it an under halo. And people really love the detail that it gives you without taking away from the center stone at the top view. So we'll start with this one. We have a few different examples, and then we're going to kind of keep adding to it as we go along. And we'll show you 3 different styles like this because, as we said, it's our most popular, so we should give it enough time to show you. And we'll show you with a different variety of center stones. That one is a cushion cut with the 3-row band. It works really with any kind of band you can think of. Plain band, we've done it 3-row, rose gold, white gold, plain band. So options are endless for the band. The top part like this is really a can't lose option for many clients. Okay, now let's show you another style with the wrap. This is a radiant cut, 2-carat center. So really it's going to be almost the same exact style. Now I know we haven't also spoken about the prongs here. Well, that is part of the top of the ring, but notice here the split claw prongs. Where the claws split just right at the top gives it a nice little classic feel to the ring, but of course the wrap remains the same. The wrap is a little bit different than the last example, but it does go over the prongs and the stems, which is the most important aspect of it. Let's try this one on the hand, and I'm going to bring out another one and do a little bit of a comparison. So that's with a radiant cut 2 carats. This kind of ring, I'm just going to tell you, it's around $15,000 to $17,000 range. It's a very nice quality stone. And for a very similar option, very similar shape, this is an emerald cut which has the same outline. But notice here we did a little two-tone, so we kind of changing it up a little bit. And there's a little metal kind of edge that goes around it. This is a bright cut pave wrap, which also differs from the previous one, the first one. But also, more notably, it's in rose gold. So let's try these 2 on the hand. Emerald and radiant cut. And again, from the top, it looks like it's the same exact setting. They both have split claw prongs. But you tilt it from the side, you get the touch of rose gold on the emerald cut ring, VNR 14642, and this one is just all platinum. 2 really nice styles right there. And of course, any shape you like. We happen to be showing with rectangular stones. We've made it with cushion, round, oval, pear, asher, heart shape even. So any shape that you like, we can make this our full pave wrap. Remember, the base style of this is RS63. There's plenty of other ones. For a radiant cut on our website, you can look up RS119. For an emerald cut, you can look up model RS-197 for like the base styles that they originally went from. And just, if you don't mind, just to keep the top one on, because I want to just show comparison. So this one here, I'm going to go back to the first full pave wrap ring. You'll notice the way the pave is done. So this is bright cut, where you can kind of see it's very crisp line that goes on each side of the pave on the wrap. Here it's just French open pave, so you kind of don't see any metal on the side there. So some people like this when they're doing more square center stones. It gives it a sharper appearance. This one tends to work better for cushion cuts and rounds and several other shapes. So that's SOR 15838. Okay, so that's the full Pave wrap. We're going to keep going on this theme. We're going to do several other ones like this. And now I'm going to take it up. This is actually very popular out of our Moissanite collection. This is with 6 prongs and the wrap. Really pretty, and it's also two-tone. We can do it all white if you want, or all rose, the whole ring. You'll see 6 razor-thin prongs, and they have the diamonds that wrap full circle over the stems. Let's just try this one on. This is model VNR 14309. We've gotten hundreds and hundreds of requests about this ring on our website over the past year. We've custom made it for many clients with Moissanite center stone. They just love how it pairs together beautifully. This ring here is about $4,500 to $5,000 price range, but if it was a diamond, you'd be looking at around $50,000. And the wrap is just a perfect look. It can look exactly like the 6-prong no wrap ring from the top, with a slight tilt of the hand, and you'll notice all the differences. Very pretty. Okay, so let's keep moving in the same theme. We're going to now do now, I know we're not talking about the band, but it does change the look here. So this is a full wrap, but with the Cathedral design. This is model number. It's one of the newer rings to the website, just added maybe a month ago. You'll see the band comes up to the edge. The diamonds wrap over the stems. The stems and prongs are still continuous. So it's actually very similar to the other ones, just the band can give you a different appearance. So the Cathedral band, some people like it because it gives it a more elegant appearance, more structured appearance. Let's try this one on, all rose gold. This is the full Pave wrap, Cathedral style. Now we're just grouping these together because it's a continuation underneath. It never stops, the diamonds. It's a full square in this case because it's a square cushion cut. It's a 1.5 carat. Just to give you an idea of price, it's a brilliant cut cushion also, just to throw that in there. I know we're not focusing on the cut of the stone, but it's a beautiful cut. Now let's keep it in the same family, full Pave wrap Cathedral. I'm going to bring out one more. You can take that one off because this is a beauty. I like to showcase this ring. This is a 4 carat radiant cut. And you'll see it's the Cathedral. And the full wrap going around. Here again we did bright cut. We think it looks nice with this more rectangular parallel edged stones like a radiant cut or emerald cut. And this is a monster center stone. It's a diamond, G color VS1. One of the prettier rings we have in the store. Let's just try this one on. So really the only difference between this and the previous set where it was just resting on top is the band. Because you're getting the same exact look underneath. Cathedral doesn't give you that same kind of floating look maybe as the other one, but it's really just as elegant, really beautiful. This ring is probably in the $70,000 to $80,000 price range. SOR 15835. Very nice. I hope everyone's kind of following along at home. You can always skip back if you have to catch up and kind of see what we were talking about previously to help you get up to this point. And now we're going to move on to the next set of rings. We're going to do full wrap, invisible gallery style. So again, what is the difference here? There is no stems on the ring, so that's why we call it invisible gallery. So the wrap does remain continuous. However, in this instance, the prong is very short. The prong just comes from the wrap itself. It does not extend to the base over there. It's completely open. This is with an emerald cut center, SOR 16626. And this one we did with a bright cut as well. And the Pave. Let's try this on. People love the invisible gallery because it is our lowest profile design. And the beauty about the wrap is I don't have any wedding bands to show you. It does not get in the way of the wedding band sitting flush with it. So it's going to sit flush even though it's low profile, and you have that detail over there. There's a little notch underneath for the ring to kind of go underneath. Bring me the wedding band, Trace. The small wedding band. Let's do another one. Invisible gallery. You can take that one off. And we'll show you this one with a matching band. This is a Moissanite center stone, rose gold. let's look at the profile because that's kind of where we're focused at. You'll see again, full wrap underneath, no stems, diamonds. You kind of see the culet of the diamond shows there. It's completely open, it's kind of like suspended in thin air. Let's try this one on the hand, and hopefully I can show you with a wedding band as well. Pause it 1 second. Thank you for your patience. So that's the Moissanite, that's with the invisible gallery rose gold design. Let's try with the wedding band. And there you go, perfect fit underneath. Any of the ring styles I showed you today would actually sit perfectly flush with the wedding band because the way the ring is structured. The wrap is right under the center stone, it's not at the base, so it doesn't get in the way. There's always a little space in there for the wedding band just to slide right in, and look at that, there's absolutely not a fraction, or you can't even put a piece of paper in between the two rings. Looks great together, and of course when you look from the profile you're getting still all that extra detail there. So remember, flush fit wedding band for any of the rings that I showed you today. Very nice. Okay, so that's the full Pave wrap style. Now I'm going to get really kind of into a little detail here and just show you a slight difference on the previous ones I showed you. And I'll show it with you on a bigger ring because it's easier to see, but you'll notice here we kind of call this a semi-wrap because it stops right where the cathedral band comes up to the diamond. So it goes, and then it stops right there. And then it continues all the way around. Why do we do this? Sometimes people just like the look of it. It's nothing to do with the structure or anything like that because we can make it go fully around, but some people just like to see the band from the top kind of reaching up to the edge of the center stone. It's a small little detail. Let's try this one on. This is model number SR16260. That's a 4.5 carat round. Excellent cut diamond, has full sparkle. And of course setting is very simple on the band, but the detail is from the side, is what we added. Very pretty. And now just to give you a smaller option of the same exact style, and we're going to add some two-tone coloring to that. You can keep that on. You don't have to try this one on. I'll just show it here. Same exact thing. You might have to zoom in a little bit closer to see it here. And also the diamonds continue up to the edge here of the band, and then the wrap kind of stops at each point over there. So it's like almost a full circle, but not quite. And we added some two-tone color to it. This is model number SOR16224. Just to give you an idea of size of the diamonds, just for fun, this is a 1.4 carat. This is 4.5 carat. So if you ever wondered what a diamond 3 times the size looks, that is what it looks like, and it does look like it's 3 times the size. But of course, styles remain the same. This just furthers our point that any ring that we make on our website, we make it for any size center diamond. So if you fell in love with this ring, but obviously you don't want to spend $80,000, we'll make you something like this for 10, or if you want to make it with a moissanite for 5, or if you want to make it with a different shape, or you want to add diamonds on the band. Really, the options are kind of endless, and it's in that sense. So now let's just kind of go back to these Pave wrap styles, and we're going to do a little recap of them as we did with the previous set, and just show you quickly here. So this is the full Pave wrap. I'm going to lay them out and talk as we go. This is a full Pave wrap cathedral style. So really main difference between these two is just the band comes up to the edge. These actually are both radiant cuts, but the wrap is exactly the same. They both have 4 stems that come from the base over here, continue as the prong to the top. I'll use this one as the example. This is full wrap invisible gallery style. Again, the wrap is the same, but here there is no stems. See, this one has stems, this one doesn't. The prongs come from the top of the wrap. Like that. It's completely open on the underside. This is a very low profile appearance. As you can see, if you line them up, this ring does sit lower on the hand because it doesn't have all the sloping that you need for those stems attached. And finally, we have this one, which is like a full or a semi-wrap. It's maybe hard to see from this angle, but you'll see the band intersects at that point and cuts through to the center diamond. So full Pave wrap, full Pave cathedral, invisible gallery, and the semi full wrap, I guess, if you want to call it that. Everyone was able to follow along, so I'm just going to go back to the original one where we had kind of one of each style shown. So remember, at first glance, these all look very much exactly the same from the top. They all have 4 prongs. They all don't have a halo around it. All have very thin bands, but again, I'm going to just kind of go through each one. This one was the open 4-prong top. Very simple, nothing on the side here. And in the same kind of feel, this is a 6-prong. Both are the round center diamonds. And then now just to add a little metal between each stem, this is the wire basket. Now adding diamonds to that. Just there, some diamonds, but then you still have the prongs by themselves, untouched. And now this is kind of our prong to prong wrap style, with diamonds up the stems, reaching towards the center stone. And then finally we have our full pave wrap, which is this one. Diamonds go over the stems, and the stems and prongs are one continuous point. And in the same field, this is the semi-full wrap, Cathedral style, where the diamonds just stop ever so slightly over there, but then continue around in a circle. So these are kind of all your options. For the top of the ring, we went into more detail previously, so go back, look at it, see which one you like most. Shoot us an email. We can customize any ring you want with any band that we talked about in the previous episode. So if you kind of put those two together, you'll be able to really come up with your perfect ring. If you wanted a halo style, don't worry. In our next episode, we'll be able to cover all that, and that will kind of encompass all the different styles of rings that we have on our website, in our store. So when you come in, you'll be a little bit better prepared about different terminology and what catches your eye, and really narrow everything down. So thanks again, everyone, for watching, and we'll look out for the next episode.